In the days of old, the sorcerers of Riverlong cured the sick and healed the wounded through a great power called Source. But a terrible darkness invaded the land, and Source was forever tainted. The sorcerers who once healed now only destroy, and madness has overtaken them. A few brave Source hunters are all that stand between Riverlon and the dark power that threatens to destroy it. Wherever Source appears, hunters follow.
Rise and shine, Master Source Hunters. The Captain wants you up on deck. Hear them calls? Means we're close to shore. I don't ever you go in there, Master Source Hunters. City's full of undead, hungry enough for blood. But you're supposed to investigate that murder, ain't you? They say it's Source that did the Counselor in. Source in a city like Sicil, nowhere safe anymore. Here they are, Captain Sir.
God's blessings on you, hunters. You'll be happy to hear we've reached Sicil. But there's trouble offshore, so we'll have to sail in carefully. Here, have a look. Those are orc ships, and they're blocking our passage. We'll get you as close to the city as we can, and drop you off in the beach. Be wary now. Orcs are on the attack. Undead have closed every route out, and there's a sorcerer on the loose. If we're to get justice for the Counselor, you'll have to keep your wits about you. May the luck of the gods be with you both, Source Hunters.
If I didn't know there were orc ships raiding to the west, I'd mistake this for a placid beach.
At least the orcs make a bit of noise when they attack. It's dark-dealing sorcerers that'll strike with neither warning nor mercy. Is that a corpse? What's it doing here alone?
What? Did you expect it to have an entourage? This. The man jumped off a cliff at the behest of some statues, of all things.
Well, great deeds require the occasional leap of faith. I myself might have done the same.
True enough. History is made by those willing to risk it all.
Source hunters! How did they find us?
Take the stone to the temple. These whelps will be easy to crush.
As you say, Madam Conduit.
Arise, fair dead! Seize upon our enemies!
Opens to welcome you!
On the mend! Their leader said something about escaping with a stone.
Stolen from this dungeon, I imagine. Can we get inside?
Those thieves were more than petty criminals. Their leader gave life to the dead. What stone could they have been so keen on taking?
We can't well turn away from such an odious show of source. Let's investigate the tomb and see what answers it might reveal.
Indeed, for all we know, these dark-dealing thieves may be involved.
There must be some way to open this!
You're like a gorilla in a porcelain store.
Careful! There's a mine in the middle of our path.
Someone must have an interest in protecting whatever's kept here.
I've always heard there's typically more to a king's tomb than meets the eye.
It could be a myth, or it could be our lucky day.
I've spotted something interesting. That door, but I don't imagine our weapons would survive such use for long. More junk. Hold! Our enemies have laid a trap.
Time restored! Into the fray once more!
Breath of the dragon. What's this? I found something. I've spotted something interesting. Voices downstairs.
The last thing we need is to surprise another angry summoner.
What's that? I think there are hidden foes ahead.
Missed!
This seems to be broken.
living rat dares disturb the slumber of the dead. A thieving fool insults the sanctity of the grave. The bloodstone defiler, where? I suppose you only crept among these sacred tombs for strange indeed. Robed indeed. In life, I toiled to run if you like.
Bitter gale.
Death never dies, fool. Death in 1,000 forms rules all.
I am powerless to act. Back on my feet again. My heart beats too slowly to sustain me. Back on my feet again.
Without aid, I will expire soon. Missed!
Without aid, I will expire soon. I needed that. On the mend! Bless the seven, I am restored!
All that digging and there's nothing here. All that digging and there's nothing here.
Hold it right there, orc scum! No one slips past the lid.
Calm down.
Just hold your tongue, will you, Bibius? Can't be too careful. We're legionnaires, of course. On the lookout.
Liberators of liquor.
Shh! Just pipe down, will you, Bibius?
So, you're sorcerers, are you?
You know what?
I don't need an escort, especially not a drunken one. Back off or face me.
And face me too.
You defy the Legion.
A stitch in time, eh, my friends? Chaos grips my hands today. As good as a new penny. On the mend!
Die, vermin!
Attack of the Aerothurge! Back on my feet again. Into the fray once more. As good as a new penny.
Maybe now you can learn something useful. Like how to wash your underthings.
Well, there we have it. 2 dead legionnaires.
They deserved it, the cretins.
I'm not so sure anymore. It was a wicked thing we did.
are deadly!
Careful! Those beasts are deadly!
Eternal silence. Did you see that? Those orcs had a human commander.
Who was that joker
How
leading
very
those
curious.
orcs? Damn traitor.
And how very
Where are
disquieting.
Bibius and Junius? Didn't they hear the fight?
One day, comrade, vengeance will be ours.
Filthy beasts, I'll kill the last one of you. Oi, the Source Hunter! Nice to see these winds are blowing more. We Legionnaires are loyal servants to Captain Arius, and bloody orcs are at it again. Beats me. That rat-faced shaman of theirs even went to the trouble of launching off. They may need help. I would go myself, but we Legionnaires are under strict orders never to. Beats me what traitorous madness came over that dog. Whatever the Kerr's incentive to raise sword. Oi, the Source Hunter! Nice. We Legionnaires are loyal. One day, comrade, vengeance will be ours.
What's this? I found something.
What's all this ruckus? Sounded worse than a dozen tomcats fighting over the world's Ah, but I see we've suffered another You're as welcome as a glass of cooled milk on a hot day. So you were, and there we are. Meet my other half, Hunter. Ha ha! No need to look so flabbergasted. So, now that the cat is out of the bag, it's hard to put my finger on it, but I can feel in my very whiskers that sore Captain Aureus, though. The local commander of the Legion, Jake was murdered in a downstairs room of the King Crab Inn, up in Sicil Prop. So there are. Or rather, she seems a likely candidate, to be sure. Still, don't simply take my word for it, Hunter. It may be well worth your while to cross-examine her yourself. A human, you say? And yet, I have heard rumors about a sect of... I don't quite know what to make of this news. But, the undead. The Legion did a good job keeping... Someone is responsible for the outbreak. Necromancers are at work. Unfortunately, that is absolutely correct. We've cordoned off the western beach where most orc activity... There's nothing of interest along the waterfront, except for a set of caves with an Oh, but that's not a trick. Such magic is a gift, Hunter, to be out in the night. But of course, it's handy to speak in more than... I'm glad we've met, Source Hunter. And I'm certain we have a lot... Once you're there, just take the stairs. But do pay... And with that, I bid you adieu, Hunter.
Undead, orcs. Looks like we have our work cut out for us.
At least we won't be bored. How about we go see that Aureus chap Arhu mentioned?
Mustn't let the flames spread to the armor.
We're gonna need more than a few buckets to save.
What if the orcs are sending another fleet?
I swear I can hear that bleeding cheese version.
Never been homesick a day in my life. Never been homesick.
Steady, boys, steady. We'll be leaving as soon as we're packed up.
I can't even smell the sea air over this rot.
Halt! These gates are to remain. Well, I'll be a little red imp's uncle, the Source Hunter. You can see security's tighter than ever around. We can only hope to hold back the undead, and I don't think you're quite ready to head out into the wilds to me. Also, a party of 1 or 2 Thank you for heeding my...
Keep your pleasantries to yourself. What are you doing inside? If it's conversation you're looking for. As for myself, my job is to protect it. That idiot man-child would sooner spend an hour chatting up a thing. Even...
Salutations! Source Hunters, I see. Courteous is my name. The Legion is my calling. This is a storing house for Legion supplies. Salutations!
Well, a Source Hunter. A very hearty, I tell you. This gig, sure. And, of course, every now and again, some friendly folks like you. Have you talked to him?
Thinks every man, woman, and child who steps foot in this place wants to rob it blind. This Jake business is quite the scandal. Now, then again, and you didn't hear this, but I imagine his youngest, Kimberly, won't mind. Oh, it's an unparalleled pleasure having a... That fusspot said what? Well, you'll... So, something you'd like to say to my face?
I haven't a thing to say to you. I'm on duty.
Duty, indeed. Put up your fists.
Are you mad? We're guards, not drunks on the street.
Enough! Both of you, what is this barbarism? Back to your post at once!
Sir, this is an important matter. A matter of honor.
Such matters are to be settled on your own time. Understood?
Understood, sir.
Such bickering is all that thieves need to sneak by unnoticed. Desist, prowler. None shall pass through this door.
A bit better if I could do it in peace.
Just make a conversation, mate.
One day, Moira. One day you'll show 'em all. Well, a source hunter. About...
Ah, who better than a proof...
Enough of that. I know how dangerous an orc can be, but this one is...
Maybe before the great orc raid we had time to indulge...
Excuse my friends.
Your woman's touch is less of a loving...
My friend here and I were patrolling outside the city wall. Perhaps confused by the butterflies, a vial of love potion shattered over her head. I'm sure she must have been compelled to jump...
Ha! I can assure you there wasn't a hint of sweetness in those murderous eyes when she lunged at you, see? He'd believe it was noon at midnight if he read it on a printed...
Let her live. If that potion were truly worthless, it wouldn't have been able to charm her in the first place. In this docile state, she may prove to be a source of valuable information.
You would trust a quack magazine from Youthful Gore. She's clearly liable to snap at any minute.
Think of the intel this creature could provide. And if she begins to revert, these men are armed and will be able to subdue her.
You must realize that if this orc gets loose in the city, we're the ones who'll have to put her down and deal with the bloody aftermath.
All right, we'll do it your way.
Glad to hear I'm not the only one with common sense around here.
No! She's harmless! You bastard! You had no right!
No right to protect not only you from your own stupidity, but myself and the citizens of Syceel as well.
It's you we need protection from, murderer. Fortunately, the Wizards of Youthful Gore make a revenge elixir that will show you what's what.
Go ahead and throw your sugar water on me if you like. Your foolishness is no longer my problem. Thank you, stranger. If you ever need help, I'll do my best to repay you.
Thank you for talking some sense into that knucklehead. That she-beast would have been the death of us.
Salutations! Source hunters, I see. This is a storing house for Legion supply. My guarding of this door has been more steadfast than the coming of the tides. Nothing can make me back down from my duty. True enough. They don't call me the Bloodhound for nothing.
God, duty's not so bad. Hey,
Would be quite a bit better if I could do it in peace.
just making conversation, mate.
Mate, he says. We are colleagues, nothing more.
Come now, it's just a turn of phrase.
Will you please turn your phrases elsewhere?
Report?
Still nothing, sir. Suppose there just aren't any thieves around.
If there were no thieves, why would we be guarded?
You've caused enough.
Better to evacuate. It never ends.
You're a source hunter, aren't you? Say, no one's around. You wouldn't raise a fuss if I,
Burrow, indeed. I'll sooner meet a cat.
Come now! I'll be good for it, I swear! Oh, my story's tired by now. I was a happy and I never would have dreamt of resorting to petty... So what do you think?
Halibut, sheep's cheese, tomatoes.
That merchant has to eat too, you know. Leave the fish alone.
I'm sure this one little fish won't starve the merchant. He should take the fish.
All right, we'll do it your way.
That's the spirit! Or...
Sir, did you just steal that fish?
No,
You were a witness to this event, no?
This man is telling the truth. He paid for that fish fair and square.
Quite so. I saw him pay the merchant.
I can't thank you enough for your...
Well, sorry to have bothered...
That thief is free for now, but I wonder how long it'll be until he's... I can understand your sympathy for that man, but...
Sorry, but I haven't the time for chatter. These days, the dead are on the prowl, the council has been murdered, and now source hunters...
About time the council took notice of us.
What are ye staring? Captain Jack's the name. Though those scallywags are there be...
Oh, hello.
Bloody undead.
What are ye staring at?
Source hunters, eh? All right, if you've got a favourite sheep, best to fry her up now. Now that the herd's gone, old Birches, I recently sold most of the tender... Yes. Oh, I'll get...
Sheep's cheese, tomatoes...
Oh, no, noble friend.
A fresh batch of frisky knights in grocers' clothes.
My
Saucy
word!
satyrs in muddy boots and wicked queens in housewives' aprons. What a pleasure to address you today. I am Stefan.
Zombie ate your dog? Orc sunk your ship? Well, I've an open stage in... The theatre's favour has overcome you, has it? Check the library and see if any of the classics there interest you. I'd love to see a source hunters right away, my dear, just as... Speak to Master Chaucer. Word.
Performers! And who are you supposed to be? Oh, I should have been one. No. Really? Don't you have an impressive library here in... You there! Sit! Stay! Don't pity me. When Reginald came, he bought some it seems even my usually... And even when there's no crowd to... I don't know how he Come on! Can't you hear the stage?
Fantastic!
A king. The great Sigurd and his rainbow of war machines. It is said, and this I have heard from a ghost who knew Elba, who knew Elliot, who is said to have known Sigurd
Fantastic!
that the king...
My word!
So ardently did he crave creamy blues and gory
My
red
word!
that he ordered a contest across his realm. Today, I think,
word!
a king, the great Sigurd and his rainbow of war.
What are you looking at me for? Well, drawing a crowd's what I do best, and I'd be glad to do it for your little show. 100 gold up front, and you're lost, buddy. You know where to find. What are you looking at me for?
And gory reds.
Don't ask me what the...
This show is worth the hype. They're that bloke.
This show is...
Don't ask me what to tell.
You there! Take a seat. Prepare. I am Reginald the Illusionist, purveyor of the most amazing Ha! Yes, I know of that. Enter Reginald the Are you impressed by my prowess in the arts of entertainment? That's right, a talking head. I obtained this. You see, I was diving in search of a rare medicinal sea herb. Though the chest was stuck, I had the treasure in the hubbub. I lost hope. Before my mind's eye swam grabbing fast to the hilt of a cutlass, freeing myself from my would-be. It was there, along the rocky beach, that I tripped over the...
Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti. I doubt I have to tell you that I am... Psst. You. Pleasure to meet you. Now, please, Stefan has many fans to meet today. It won't be the worst indignation I've...
Hey, stop that!
My word!
Come on! Come on!
Better to evacuate this place while there's still some...
Thought I'd see Cecile in such day.
Don't let that rooster escape!
Isn't it a...
True story indeed. But...
Question crossed her lips and aped an air of aptitude.
Hey, Tom, I think that was an insult.
Don't pay attention to the beast, Various. You'll only encourage it.
Sorry, sir.
Hey, who's that then? Come on.
Easy, Tull. That's the source hunter you're talking to.
She may have the look of a woman if you squint hard enough. We got reports of a strange-looking outsider skulking through the town with her... I tapped her on the shoulder to see what was what. And the...
Bit Tullia right in the face, she did. It wasn't...
Enjoy it while you can, Ver. There's not another legionnaire in the cohort that'll have...
Well, that's to be decided. She doesn't...
Perhaps it'd be worth taking this stranger under our wing. She'll likely come in handy if we can trust her to watch our backs.
After all, a fearless hunter might...
Well, that's a relief, ain't it? We found a good home for...
Heed me, Source Hunter. She's not good for anything more than cannon fodder.
Oh, face!
Source Hunter. I have heard tales both grand and terrible about the world of humans. In home forests, every creature acts according to the nature of its kind. Birds frighten easily, badgers fear little. But amongst men, there are no guarantees.
Those bolts embarrass a bridge troll. Get to shining, recruits.
Sorry, sir. It is difficult for me to claim humanity as you do. It is strange to stand with one foot in the forest. You say you will take me under your wing, but I see no feathers. Are you a child of the birds? In truth, this is a relief. Your world is made with rules I have. And so the lonely babe was fed. The wise godwolf Amira raised the child Threes. Ask freely, my friend. Your city is far more wild than home. Here, a tiny screech woman, Jarrett. Wise Jarrett. A beast's life is to survive. A human's is to... I have learned all the bird song that Jarrett could teach. The remembering of the beasts is without lies. We do not remember Rito and the... It is different between beasts and humans. He came to me when I was small. He called to me. Jarrett visited me often. And Jared is my master and my friend. I heard this was a place of men, but I have not found the face I seek. That mystery is thick. I watched countless of my love. The next morning, Jared did not emerge from his room. He was kidnapped, and all his research was taken with him. I do not know the one called Attenborough, but I know that if I am to find Jared, I must start there.
Do the barracks! March! Recruits! That was sloppier than Sicilian stew. Again! Attention! About face! To the barracks! March! Recruits! That was sloppier than Sicilian stew. Again! Those boots will embarrass a bridge troop. Get to shining, recruits.
Sorry, sir.
Better to evacuate this place.
You think you're honored to meet you? Wish I was a... Have some pity. Again!
I hope your quest fares well, dear hunter. But certainly. What would you like to know? Oh, I am but a wizard, a guardian of man and beast. My task upon this earth is to protect. You see, my one desire is to witness a world in which every mother looks around her and purrs with calm contentment. For she knows that her chicks or children, her cub, to my great regret, none of them purr as yet. Oh, but that's not a trick. Such magic is a gift to be out in the night, to stalk on silent but of course it's handy to speak in more than meows. And I couldn't brew potions or... Oh, that'll never happen. Granted, a witch could make the... I'm my own wizard, you know, by all means. Of course. I hope you're in... I can but piece together what few morsels fell from the grapevine. They say a woman arrived in the King Crab Inn sometime after. I say man and woman because both of them were cloaked, and it took a while for the landlord to... How and why he came to be there, no one knows. But I had a good look around the scene of... I myself have none. Even though the rest of the town has already mentally tried and convicted. Now, it may well be established that she is, in fact, the guilty party. I'm not claiming that I can't say much more, but that they're madmen. And what might those be? Those who are raising the dead dwell up. The enemy is wily. They know us better than you have a flair for understatements until they conclude what mischief they intend. Oh, a mere trifle for one with the intellect of a How can I help you, my friend?
About face!
What have we here, then? A so-called source hunter, eh? Well, I'm Captain Aureus, if you must know. Gods above! Some politicians... Nevertheless, I want to be kept in the loop. Understand? The scene of the crime is over at the King Crab Inn. Esmeralda is Jake's wife. Well, widow. What? You're going to stand there and claim with a straight face your order never wrongly tortured and executed? Oh, if you must. Bravo! Figured that one out, did you? I hadn't been stuck here. How am I enjoying it? Are you spoiling for a fight, Hunt? We are the pride of Rivellon, to be found and to be seen everywhere. We don't... I'd say they're looking for weak spots in our defenses. Yes, and they also... You, again. Oh, still not finished with that. Well, have you found any incriminating evidence against her? If so, let's have it. Oh, if you must...
Better to evacuate.
To leave the city is to venture into danger. Be careful, Source Hunter.
Good man. Drink if you please.
Please.
Have you ever had the fortune of challenging the fabled wizard of Hunter's Edge? So you're just hanging around the inn, are you? Waiting for what, exactly? Oh, thank you for leaving me, Biggie, you old rat. Oh, you think you can speak that way?
You there! A moment of... No, scratch that. It is so much more than a deal. Mendius, at your service. What is my profession? Oh, it's not merely an opportunity.
Of course I do. How could someone in my profession not?
Quite right.
See here. You and I... too bad your line of work comes with such...
Heavenly herring! Delicious dogfish! Yours for a scrap gold!
Riches do not interest me much, actually.
Nor me. Wealth is but vanity.
Oh, but I know you're just... Even so, my friend, matters of a pecuniary nature...
It's better to lead than to follow. That much is true.
Better to be served than to...
Well spoken. And that is exactly why I am here. Why fate has put... the fabulous five. You'd like nothing more than to enlist, wouldn't you? Of course. What a gem. Now then, To join the Fabulous Five is to join a fellowship, of course. Should you spread the word, by now the genial glow of the work hard. Fulfill contract. Of course, of course. Oh.
Delicious dogfish. Yours for a scrap of goldfish.
Aaron has as many friends.
This Fabulous Five business sounds too good to be true.
Agreed. You came.
Oh, how frightfully disappointing. Oh, you return and humble Mendius at your... They call the...
Pay the big cheese on your block with a wheel of the good stuff.
Let's see. Halibut, sheep's cheese, tomatoes.
That's...
Oh, you think you can back, demon? Back or I'll tell you, it sure does me good to set eyes on another of our order. You wouldn't. I trained... Medora's the name. Heavens haunted. See, I'm here on... There's been an attack there. What they want in Hunter's Edge. I came south seeking the Legion's help. By the skin of my teeth, comrade. I managed to wrench free of my captor's grip. Well, comrade, I need a contingent I can trust. I've been scouting Sicil for some time now, and I believe I've sussed out sufficient intel to help solve the murder of the Counselor. With our minds and swords in tandem, we'll make short work of the more than I'd hoped, comrade. I don't know what in tarnation. There's Mayor Cecil's doings for one, and the mysteries of our master. And on top of it all, the feline menace is lurking at every hop. Now don't get me wrong, but from what I've heard, I suspect an illegal sauce audit. Fella seems like a humble doc, a loose-lipped fish, hardly the habit of an... You mean you don't already know, comrade? Well, you know the old expression.
Do I seem like the sort who concerns myself with such things?
A fantastic plan. With
another source hunter on the...
That's the spirit. Listen closely now.
Ah, hello. I am the Duke of Ferro. It's very tragic news.
Ah, pointless chatter with strangers does so. How curious of you to show it. Can I tell you? I suppose I can. And I could.
Blood of me? Yes, that it? Oh, you'll find out.
A source hunter? I'd love... Been at the King Crab nearly 10 years now. I think I'm one of the last folks to hear him alive. That awful... Though that's the question, isn't it? What, exactly? I was washing up and nudging the last of the lushes out of the door. Lucky for the perpetrators, I was rinsing by...
There. Until you've received the captain's permission to enter, this door doesn't exist. Got it? Not exactly the friendliest bloke, the captain, is he? Well...
What happened? Is this a dream?
I don't think so. That stone, somehow it sent us flying into the stars.
Terrible, terrible, terrible! It will consume us all. By the quill that lasts a billion words. What? Oh, yes, 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 yes. Proper ink. As for how I got here, well, how you, on such a tiny and rapidly shrinking... Ah, at last the quest time ought naturally to have no end. Show, don't tell.
Might be quite
Come
mad.
now, don't be coy. You looked. You saw. Terrifying, isn't... What's this? The portal! It's quite sprung. You, dear strange, those torches, a light! This portal active once more! It's not that I believe, it's that then, no longer than a few mere... though I cannot say for... In fact, every last but why spoil the mystery? Goodness me, how right you are! It is the void! It's... I can't say for sure where it... After you! You first, but don't dilly-dally. Yes, just as I'd hoped. There she is. There it is.
And he's off. It seems the imp has spotted exactly who and what he'd hoped to find here.
The last chest! If you believe yourself worthy of rifling through my ample treasures, I do dare you to prove it!
Could it be, milady?
Indeed, sir.
Astounding!
You have brought guests.
My reaction exactly.
This is a question better put to our guests themselves. Tell us, how did you arrive upon this plane? If any other being in Rivellon asked me about the... But you are different. So please, do tell me. A stone? So... Not like this, no. Never had I experienced, but yours has.
But, Madam Weaver, how is it possible?
Like the stones, your guests source hunters. It would seem that yourselves and Starstone are... Starstone is not what it seems, Source Hunter. Do you see what violence my...
Mysteries of all time.
It would appear that Starstone transforms...
I see. What?
Yes. Though I cannot explain why. If we do not restore time, if we do not discover the true nature of... Indeed you must. Though I may not yet...
Why, of course. That's what they were doing.
Without these stones, Hunter...
That shall never be, milady. Please, our most mysterious... What'll it be, Source Hunter? Do tell!
Not but a moment ago, we were hunting Source in Rivellon, and now we're being told that we alone can prevent the end of time by way of some magical stones. What do you make of it?
We can't deny our reaction to Starstone. There must be something to all of this, mad as it may seem.
Still, it's quite a leap from finding a strange stone to placing the world's salvation on our...
The glint in your gaze and the set of your brow suggest no with you searching out, but you'll need a way to travel between Luckily, the power of portals. Off you go then. You've Starstone to find. Cross my heart, hope to fade in the... Like the imp said to the... Wouldn't it just... Would that just like yourselves, from what I can gather, the ruins, caves, the lair, neither do I. But the mere fact, this in turn, more than we may not understand. Oh, I don't know if I'm more, but of course I have a price to pay. So, gather those lonesome... Well, yes, perhaps you can... Before you go, Source Hunt, I hope you'll be able to help...
How welcome you are upon this realm. In the ethereal, the drift of continents through... Except, it's ask, and I shall answer. I am the weaver of... I am but what I am. Perhaps we are one in this... Am I the beginning? And am I to be the end? Alas, a hidden answer. I believe that starstones will not... Oh, Hunter. And yet, I do enjoy your companionship. Quite so. You are absent. I do not know you, but perchance I may be cured of this blindness. What it is, I reside in another realm altogether. I think that perhaps you can know that no longer but suddenly there was you. New threads emerged. These star stones.
A question has me stumped, milady. Why are there two of us? Two beings that...
How might I serve? Ask, and I shall answer.
Source Hunters, I welcome you once again to the realm of Rivellon. I know the imp historian has told you about his agent on Rivellon, and that agent is I. So now that you know of the Alliance, and I'll be delighted to give it. Dark way. It can therefore hardly be a coincidence. That means the task you have been given remains crucial. While you were being lectured by the advantage of being a cat, you know. That's where I saw them in a cabinet. Me? Don't we all long for a sanctuary? But perhaps like any cat worth its salt, though. Let me phrase it like Zigzags. I'll not pretend to have all the... If Zigzags worries, I worry. I met him first, a long time ago, so I told him who I was. In the end, he even shared his great sorrow. Oh, before you go, here. You'll need the other one, too, if you want to make use of it. Now that this matter has been settled, Hunters, I shall
Sea garbage. Slimy, reeking, rotten. Unknown to all time, are you? Leave it to an... I'll tell you who you are. Source Hunters, members of the most esteemed order in Rivellon. Here to find out and grind out every last speck of dark magic in the realm. There, the enigma is solved. Slimy, reeking, rotten sea garbage. What are you? You think I'm... No, I just hope this fancy of yours doesn't interfere with... I can't even smell the sea air over this rock.
Still thinking about exploring the... You don't look like you're quite... I certainly hope you...
Look alive, my good man. This gate'll be short work for a well-equipped contingent of orcs.
start.
Sicilians retreated from this battle. But what about the orcs?
Either they've taken to the sea or set up an encampment in yonder caves. Keep your weapon at the ready. That doesn't belong to us, you know.
You're right, it doesn't. Sometimes I get a little
Happens to the best of us.
Oh, hello! What have we here? Charla is my name. In any case, as so many wonderful artifacts, have a look by all means. You look like just the sort of self-stock. Goodbye then, good friend! Yes, good friend. Have a look by all. You look like just. Goodbye then, good friend!
Away with your weapons! I don't want to fight. I ain't have to know. Oh, it was such a dear lad. In our village, there weren't so many.
A grave with a full set of hand-picked armor, eh?
I second that. His
You want the location of a...
Loot. Hand me my shovel.
First one to strike gold buys dinner.
Yes, just...
Ha! That pathetic heap of source-addled frogskin thought it could fool us, did it? Old Medora knows for certain that orc would have loved nothing better than to axe you in the back while it cried on your shoulder. Well, I didn't mean to imply that compassion isn't unequivocal. I've yet to meet an orc who'd earned a soft...
Hypocrites, liars, fiends!
Your vitality renews me!
Icy drop!
death is at hand.
Take heed. I anticipate snares and perils aplenty.
Please assist me! A little help here? Heard any good tales, my friend? Ask freely, my friend.
These footprints are
Norma devours me!
See the white light?
These footprints are enormous.
Watch out. Orcs that large think with their clubs, not their heads.
Yes, steady. We'll be leaving as soon as we're packed up.